Yeah, start करो.
Yeah, hello everyone. Today I'm here to represent my state Bihar. I belong to Bihar. So welcome to Bihar. So this slide you must be seeing a lot of people from different background. Can you guess the why these what thread binds these Aryabhat's zero or pi or Valmiki's Ramayan from Ramdhari Singh? This is the Ramdhari Singh Dinkar's Urvashi to Vidyapati Thakur's epic poems. So I must tell you, all of these people, all these personalities belong to Bihar. The next slide. Now you may ask, where did this actually start from? So it was in 321 BC when Indian Emperor Chandragupta Maurya, under the guidance of political genius Chanakya, established the Mauryan dynasty in Magadha. Now, what is Magadha? I must tell you, there were 16 Mahajanpadas. Those who have read history must be knowing that there were 16 Mahajanpadas, and amongst the one of them was Magadha, which grew to be the strongest of all. So that in that Magadha, many dynasties came after one after another. The first one was Haryanka, then came Shishunag, then came Nanda, and then came the Mauryas. So Mauryas, under the Mauryan Empire, the state became very bigger. This was established by Chandragupta Maurya, but later Ashoka pushed boundaries of Magadha into Persia and Central Asia, till Central Asia, from Afghanistan to present day Bangladesh, and from Assam till Kerala, and including Andhra Pradesh. So, hence, first ever dynasty it was of India, and the biggest empire in the world, which was established due to an emperor which was a Bihari. I mean, which was born in Bihar. Next slide, sir. So, Bihar. Now, Bihar, where this word comes from. Bihar derives its modern name from Buddha's Bihar. Bihar. Now, what is Bihar? Bihar means a resting house of Buddhist monks. The Viharas were created when Gautam Buddha attained enlightenment in Bodh Gaya. You must be knowing Gautam Buddha gained enlightenment under a Bodhi tree, that is a people tree in Bodh Gaya. And after his demise, people started making viharas that were made uh, for the monks, Buddhist monks, so with that where they can rest. And these viharas, according to them, they were called viharas. And then later Mughals came in the 12th century, and they started calling viharas at Bihar. So that is how Bihar the word came. So next slide. So Bihar, you must be knowing it is as you must be knowing the situation of Palestine, कि वहाँ पे बहुत सारे religions का अपना 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 presence है. The same thing, but in a very different perspective. वहाँ पे it is in a conflict, but here we all are living. The different groups of people are living very happily. So according to Hindu, first I tell you the Buddhism, about the Buddhism. He gained enlightenment. Now according to Hindu mythology, Mata Sita was born to Raja Janak, and Raja Janak, where he belonged to Mithila, and Mithila region is the whole northern Bihar. So that belongs to that is the significance of Hindu mythology related to Bihar. And now, according to Jain Dharma's last Tirthankar was Lord Mahavir, and he was born in Kundagram in Vaishali. Vaishali is a district in Bihar, and he was born in Vaishali, and he is said to attain enlightenment in Pavapuri. Pavapuri is also in Bihar. The next slide. Also, finally, the 10th Guru of the Sikhs. I must tell you the 10th Guru of the Sikh. He was Guru Gobind Singh, and he was born in Patna Sahib. Patna Sahib is all. This is the picture given. This is a picture of Patna Sahib. It is also called. It is also called Takhat Shri Harmandir Sahib, and it is the second most important ritual place after the Golden Temple of Sikhs. Yes, and next slide. So all of the religions are living here since a long time back, and a long time back. So this here comes the we are ending the ancient history, and let's come to the modern Indian history and what Bihar contributed to India and its modern Indian history. So Gandhiji's satyagraha, after he came from South Africa, and from where he started his satyagraha movement, it was in Champaran, Bihar. So what happened in Champaran? There was Tinkatia system. There was actually the land settlement, permanent settlement system introduced by Lord Cornwallis, and according to which the peasants were forced to grow indigo in their land, and they were forced to sell at a very at a very nominal price, and they were taxed very high by the Britishers. So in resentment, Gandhiji was called to Champaran, and from there only the actual Satyagraha movement started, which spread to all over India. Eventually, the Gandhiji went from Champaran to Bardoli, then to Ahmedabad mill strike. So eventually this started from Bihar only. So next slide. uh, all of the independence era during this Champaran thing happened in 1930, and we know we got independence in 1947. During that whole period, Bihar contributed in its way towards the independence and its movement. But considering the very specific ones and the major ones, so Bihar gave the country its first president after independence, that is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Also, Bharat Ratna Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan, through his Sampurn Kranti, it was a party, challenged the biggest political party, the Congress. All of us know there was a big Congress dominance era, and that dominance era was broken by these people, uh, Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan, and along with his help, obviously Morarji Desai came into power. Next slide, sir. So here you can see this is my state and all of the districts mentioned here. We are neighboring Uttar Pradesh from the west. The below it is Jharkhand, from where we separated in 1900. Jharkhand we separated in 2000, and from West Bengal we separated in 1926. And in the northern part, we are bordered by Nepal. What is Nepal? Nepal, that is an international boundary. Yeah. So these are the 38 districts and we are having an international boundary with Nepal also. Also, the river Ganga is flowing from west to east and dividing the state into two halves, and that is very advantageous for the terrain of Bihar, because it gives a very fertile land for agriculture to Bihar. Also, along with the advantages, there are disadvantages also, because from Nepal there is a river comes who is known for changing its course every now and then, and that is called Kosi. That is also called the sorrow of Bihar. So yeah. This is the capital city, Patna. This is the capital of Bihar is Patna, and it is a very beautiful city. Earlier, it was known as Patliputra, but later it was founded by Sher Shah Suri, and it was Patliputra particularly was founded by Sher Shah Suri, and who actually made the GT road which was made from Afghanistan till the Bangladesh. The first GT road which was made, it was made by Sher Shah Suri, and that person only he founded this capital city Patna, which was earlier called Patliputra. Next slide, sir. So these are the languages of Bihar, that is Bhojpuri, Magad, and Mathili. These are the main languages spoken in every part of Bihar, and every language, is derived from these three basic languages. So next time, please, if anyone tells you, sir, last slide. Next time, please, if anyone tell you to please speak in Bihari, kindly tell them there is no language that is Bihari. There is Maithili, Maghi, and Bhojpuri. So these are the three basic languages. There is no language that is Bihari. So these are the writers and scholars of Bihar that Bihar has given. He is Ramdhari Singh Dinkar. This is Ram Vriksh Benipuri. Sir Nagarjun. He's called Baba Nagarjun, and he is Paneshwar Nath Renu. So these are the writers and scholars which Bihar has given. Now, a rich culture of Bihar. Bihar is known for its festivals, and it is widely known for its festival. One of them is Chhat Mahaparv. It is, mind you, it is the only festival in all over India where we worship both the rising sun and the setting sun, having a significance that everything that rises up has to set, and everything that sets will again rise, and this cycle will continue, and that is how the positivity in Bihari comes from. This is agriculture of Bihar. Now, apart from cereal crops, that is rice, sugarcane, pulses, and jute.
Ritu, last
These are
2 minutes to
the main.
conclude.
Yes,
Last
sir.
2 minutes, yeah.
Yes, sir. These are the important fruit crops that are produced by the Bihar. That is pineapple. It is second state, lychee, and the Hajipur banana. Next slide, sir. These are the famous GI tags from Bihar. This is Pilao Ka Khaja. This is Madhubani painting, which is worldwide known, and this is Bhagalpuri silk, which is also the speciality of Bihar, and it is a GI tag that proves the origin of the product. This is the cuisine of Bihar. This is litti chokha, as you all must have been knowing. This is thekwa, specially made in Bihar only, and this is pita. This is also a very domestic and very particular cuisine of Bihar. Next slide, sir. So, tourism. What are the tourist places in Bihar according to heritage? We go by heritage tourism. This is actually Nalanda University, which was created by Skandagupta and later was ruined by Khilji, Alauddin Khilji, and this is the particular university which attracted students from all over the world. In fact, from China and all the Southeast Asian countries, people used to come here to study, and it was a main attraction in the ancient times. This is Asokan Pillar. Architectural tourism. This is Golghar in Patna. That is Sheshasuri Fort, and this is Darbhanga Fort. And these are architectural tourism attractions of Bihar. Ecological tourism. The Ram it is involved in included in the Ramsar site also. It is in Begusarai. That is a Jheel in Begusarai. Also, there is Valmiki National Park that is in Bihar. And for talking about fairs and festivals, so Sonpur Mela is a major attraction that is organized in. It is the biggest fair of the world. Now, problems. What were the problems we are discussing that led to this condition of Bihar? Why this is labeled as very poor state? So first of all, so next slide. First of all, we'll see the geographical disadvantage that happened in Bihar. Why geographical disadvantage? As I have said, the sorrow of Bihar. Kosi changes its river course every now and then, and the upper northern Bihar is always flooded, and the southern Bihar is always in drought. So this is the difficult situation probable in the Bihar. Also, the low per capita income of Bihar. Why? Because as I'll see further कि यहाँ पे employment की बहुत बड़ी कमी है, that leads to the low per capita income of Bihar. There are no major industries, and also in agriculture sector there is no major investment done, also because of the permanent settlement also only. Earlier there was a mill industry, sugar industry, something, but they were shut off due to the policy non implementation of certain policies. Now, freight equalization policy did a great damage to states like Bihar. Why? because according to freight equalization policy, the railway freight charges of were made of certain minerals like coal, cement, etc. were made equal in any part of the country. So major industries, if they set up a industry in either in a port city like Kochi or in Kochi or Gujarat, they will have equal expense if they'll set up industry in Bihar. So they shifted to the coastal states, and the Bihar was left with no industries. Next slide, sir. Yeah. Also, the caste-based politics is a very caste-based politics is a very real problem of Bihar. The politics is not development-based; they are caste-based. Also, the dowry problem here, it is seen there is a dowry calculator that is very prevalent in Bihar, and I guess this is a serious problem which is happening right now. Next slide, sir.
ये क्या डाउरी कैलकुलेटर बना रखा है?
Sir, है actually.
अच्छा.
Now, population and literacy growth rate is very low.
Last 30 seconds. Close कर, लंबा हो गया. हाँ.
Population and literacy growth rate is very low. Education and employability is very low due to all the given factors I told earlier. Now, what is the solution? The development-based politics, and we have to shift from the caste-based politics towards manufacturing sector, because India Bihar is dependent on agriculture. Industries, because without industries, there would be we will be highly dependent on agriculture, and that would be highly burdened. Now, we have a great potential for tourism, but in the government policy, they are not able to implement it. And agriculture, if we do a great investment in agriculture, it would be give us a high yield. And obviously the better higher education, that is very important, because that is leading to the migration problem that is prevalent in Bihar.
Okay.